Okay, hello 5th grade. Today is day 14th of our video lessons. I hope you're all healthy and well and staying safe. Let's go ahead and jump right in. This is your warm-up. Go ahead and pause the video and solve it. Okay, hopefully you were all able to solve it. This is what we were doing yesterday. So, let's start off with number 1. We have 2 wholes and 1 over 2 plus 1 whole and 1 over 5. Now, immediately, one thing that you should notice is that your denominators are not the same, right? 2 and 5, different denominators, therefore we cannot add them, okay? So, we're going to have to switch our denominators so they can be the same. But before we worry about our fractions, let's just go ahead and add the whole numbers first, right? Let's get those out of the way. 2 plus 1, that is 3 wholes, all right? And then let's just bring up our 1 over 2, and we're adding that to 1 over 5, okay? And then we'll worry about this 3 wholes later. So as you notice, still, we have denominators that are not the same. So what are we going to have to do? Exactly, we're going to have to change them up so they can be the same. So there are different ways that we can solve it, right? We can draw a picture, right? Draw 1/2. And then draw 1/5. And then we'll just switch them up, right? So for this one, for this pink box, we're adding 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And then for this one, we're just making 2 rows. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, perfect. So now, our new shapes should give us new fractions. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we have 5 over 10. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 2 total pieces. Now look, now we know we're doing it right because our denominators are the same. 5 plus 2, 7. Our denominators are 10, so we have 7 over 10. That's just a normal fraction, so our answer is 3 wholes and 7/10. All right? What we could have also done is we could have also found our least common denominator, right? Much like how we were doing it yesterday, our LCD model. We have to find our common denominator, so we make a list of 2. We skip count, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and we'll stop right there. Then do the same thing for 5. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay? Now, pause and try to see if you can find any common denominators, any numbers that 2 and 5 both have in common. Exactly, we have this 10 that they have in common. So how can we switch the 2 into a 10? What do we need to multiply it by? Well, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 5. And then we also need to multiply the numerator by that. And then the same thing for our 5. How can we multiply the 5? To get a 10. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10. Our numerator also needs to be multiplied by that. So then our new fractions, 1 times 5, 5. 2 times 5, 10. 1 times 2, 2. 5 times 2, 10. And now look, we got the same thing that we got on our other one. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 over 10. So look, same exact answer, okay? Just 2 different ways to solve for it. All right, let's go on to number 2. All right. Number 2 says 3 wholes and 2 over 3 plus 1 whole and 3 over 5. All right. So right away, notice that you do not have your same denominators, okay? Again, it's very, very important that you notice when your denominators are the same or not. If they're the same, go ahead and add or subtract. If they are not the same, you're going to have to change them up so they are the same, okay? But first, let's go ahead and just add up our whole numbers. 3 and 1. 3 plus 1, that's 4. We'll worry about that 4 later, all right? Next up, let us drop our fraction 2 over 3 plus 3 over 5. All right, and now it becomes a lot more doable. So I think I want to use our LCD model. Let's find our LCD. So we have our 3. That's one of our denominators, and then we have our 5. That's another one of our denominators. Okay, so let's skip count by 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. And we'll stop right there. You can keep going if you want to, but I like to do like the first 7 or 10. All right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. We'll stop right there. This is an ugly 30. There you go. All right. So let's see if they have any numbers in common. Any numbers that are the same. Let's see. Oh, found it. 15. 15. That is the first number that they both share. So we're going to have to switch up these two denominators into 15. How can we multiply the 3 so it can become a 15? Exactly, by 5. By 5. How can we switch up? How can we multiply the 5? 5 times one number will give us 15. 5 times 1, 5 times 2, 5 times 3. So this also has to be multiplied by 3. So now our fractions are going to change. 2 times 5, 10. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 3, 9. 5 times 3, 15. And now we have 10 plus 9 and 15 plus 15, but that stays the same, right? And again, you know you're doing it right because your denominators are the same so far. Stays the same, 10 plus 9, 19. Now look, this is an improper fraction, all right? Let's start switching our improper fractions to mixed numbers, right? This is an improper fraction because our numerator is greater than our denominator. So how can we switch up this 19 over 15 into a mixed number? Well, hopefully some of you have already started to notice that we're kind of like subtracting it, right? What you have, imagine, I'll do this over here. We have 19 over 15, right? Ignore this part. Or here. Let's just do it right there. We have 19 over 15. Now, this is a bit of extra information, but I think it's still worthwhile knowing. Let's say your denominator tells you how many, let's say this is a jar, right? Or a cup or something like that. This is the handle. This jar can only hold 15 milliliters. Okay? And then you start filling it up with water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Well, that means you're going to have to grab another jar because you need to fill in 15. But this cup, your cup can only hold 15 milliliters. Let me say that again. You want to fill in 19 millimeters, but your cup can only hold 15. So let's say I'm pouring some water, and then it gets filled up to 15. How many do I have left over? How many am I going to have to pour on this cup? Exactly, I'm only going to have to pour in 4 milliliters. That's just one way of thinking about it, everybody. All right? Even though you can hold in 15 milliliters, you already filled in 15 milliliters here, and because you're filling in 19, you only need to fill in 4 more. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. The reason I am telling you all this is because usually, remember, if we had something like this, we drew it, right? We drew a fraction of 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, and then all of them are going to fill in, right? Because we need to fill in 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then we'll do another box of 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We filled in 15 here, which means we have to fill in 4 more over here. 2, 3, 4. Now let's see what we have. We have one whole, 15 over 15, so we have one whole, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 over 15. So 19 over 15, that is one whole, and 4 over 15, okay? Let's go back all the way to our problem. 19 over 15, that is the same as one whole over 4 over 15. We just found that out. So now we're going to have to add that up to our 4 from the beginning. So we have one whole, 4 over 15. So 4, we have to combine that to one whole and 4 and 4. Whoa. I'm sorry. Now we have to combine 4 wholes and then one whole and 4 and 15. So that'll just give me 4 plus 1, 5. And then our fraction 5, 4 over 15. And that is our final answer, okay? Now the reason I was showing you all this, because you might have noticed this just takes a long time, right? And then it becomes a lot more, it just gets a lot more annoying, and it takes a long time when we have big fractions, big denominators like 15 or 20 or 24. I don't really want to draw 24 boxes and shade in 24 boxes. So, hopefully you're starting to notice that, well, if I have 19 over 15, that means one whole is going to get filled up, and then the other fraction will be 4, because I have 4 left over. So it's going to be one whole and then 4 and 15ths, okay? These little things just make your work go a lot quicker, all right? But if you think that drawing the whole thing, it's easier for you and that makes sense, cool, go for it. But from now on, we're going to start doing this a little bit mentally, all right? But that's it. That was our warm-up. And yesterday, we've been dealing with adding 2 mixed numbers. Today's objective, everybody, is we are going to subtract 2 mixed numbers, right? Because yesterday's objective was we're adding 2 mixed numbers, this one and this one, this one and this one. Now today, our objective is going to be, we are going to learn how to subtract 2 mixed numbers, okay? And it's actually the same steps, really. I don't think it's anything more complicated. We just have to be a little bit more careful. We just have to be a little bit more careful because it's easy to make mistakes when we subtract fractions, all right? So let's do what I do. All right, and let's see. We'll start off with something simple. 1 over 2 minus 1 over 3. Okay? We'll start off with that one. Now usually we'll draw it, right? We'll draw a picture. This is 1 over 2. One of it is shaded in. And then this is 1 over 3. One of them shaded in. We have 3 here, so we make 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. We have 2 here, so we make 2 rows. And so our new fraction is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Minus 2. 3 minus 2, 1, and then 1 over 6. And that's done, right? Today, we're going to learn something similar. We're going to solve it using the same LCD model. Now, notice what we got as our answer. We got 1 over 6, all right? We're going to use our LCD model, and you'll see that we're going to get the same thing. So, we're going to use our LCD model. Okay, we have to find out which number they both have in common. So we'll start off with our 2. Actually, I'm going to do the 2 in orange. Start off with our 2. 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And we'll go ahead and stop right there. Next up, let's do our 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and we'll stop right there. Now notice, what number do the 2 and the 3 both share? What number do they both have in common? Yes, exactly, the 6, right? 6 right here, 6 right here. So that means that 6, the number 6, is our least common denominator. So how can we switch up? How can we switch up this 2 to be a 6? How can we multiply the 2 to be a 6? 2 times 3, right? 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 3, 6. But we also need to multiply our numerator. How can we switch up this 3? How do we multiply the 3 to become 6? Exactly, 2. 3 times 2 will give me 6. Now we're going to have new fractions. We're going to have new fractions, everybody. 1 times 3, 3. 2 times 3, 6. We're subtracting it. 1 times 2, 2. And then 3 times 2, 6. 3 minus 2, 1. Our denominators do not change. And look, we got the same thing. Same answer. Simple, right? Pretty easy. But now let's go ahead and do mixed numbers, all right? This one was a little bit too easy, but it was just so you can see that it's the same steps, all right? Let's go ahead and try 2 mixed numbers. Let's see, let's go ahead and try this one. 2, 1 over 3 minus 1, 1 over 5. Oh, I'm sorry, oh, there you go. Okay. Now, again, let us just go ahead and subtract our whole numbers first. 2 minus 1, 1. And then, let's go ahead and worry about our fractions. I have 1 over 3 minus 1 over 5. We're going to find our LCD model, our least common denominator. We'll start off with our 3, that's our first denominator, and then we'll move on to our 5, okay? So let's skip count by 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and we'll stop right there. Then let's do the 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and we'll stop right there. Now, go ahead and try, pause the video, and see if you can find the number that they both have in common. Alright, so hopefully you were able to find it. It's 15, right? That's the first number that they both have in common. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to change our 2 denominators into 15. So how do we need to multiply this 3 to become a 15? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 times 5 and 1 times 5. How do we need to multiply our 5 to become a 15? Multiply by 3, exactly. And now everybody, we're going to have new fractions. 1 times 5, 5. 3 times 5, 15. Minus 1 times 3, 3. 5 times 3, 15. 5 minus 3, 2. 15 minus 15 is just 15. Remember, we don't subtract our denominators if they're the same. And that's it. And notice, we know we were doing it the same because both of our new fractions, this one and this one, are the same. So we know that most likely we are doing it correctly so far. All right? And that's it. This is a normal fraction. It is not an improper fraction. So we just can go ahead and slap it on right here. So we have our answer is 1 whole and 2 over 15. All right, that's an ugly 15. Let me rewrite that again. 1 whole and 2 over 15. So you see, it's the same steps as we were adding, all right? So, let's see. We'll do one more example, all right? And this one can be a you-do. Let's try 1 whole and 2 over 5 minus 3 over 8. Well, for this one, we'll actually just go ahead and pause the video and try and solve it. Okay. Again, much like before, let us worry about our whole numbers. I have 1 here. I don't have anything here, so 1 minus 0, that's just 1. All right. Now let's go ahead and subtract our fractions. We have 2 over 5 minus 3 over 8. We're going to find our LCD, our least common denominator. We have 5, and then we have 8. All right, so let's go ahead and count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and we'll stop right there. Next up to 8. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. Now, this is why I say that it's a good idea just to make a good long list of your multiples, right? Skip counting. Because let's say for our 8, I were to stop counting at 32. Let's say that I only made these 4 first. Let's say I only counted, skip counted 4 times. I will look at my list and I would say, well, I'm confused because they don't have any number in common. But they actually do. You just need to keep going, all right? That's why it's important to make a good long list. Because now you notice that they do have a number in common, and that number is 40. 40 over here and 40 over there. So, how can I switch up this 5 into a 40? I need to multiply it by 8. Exactly, multiply it by 8 here. How can I switch up my 8 to become a 40? That's our LCD. 8 times 5, exactly. So now, everybody, we are going to have new fractions. 2 times 8, 16. 5 times 8, 40. We're subtracting it. 3 times 5, 15. 8 times 5, 40. And now look, we know we are doing it correctly is because our denominators are the same. 16 minus 15, that is 1. And then we can just go ahead and slap this on to our whole number from the beginning. And so our answer is 1 whole and 1 over 40. All right? Again, same steps as before, except this time we are subtracting, all right? Hopefully today's work is not too hard. You're going to work on any pages you have for lesson 11, all right? Any pages that you have for lesson 11, go ahead and finish that up, all right? Again, lesson 11, lesson 11, lesson 11, all right? That's it for our math, everybody. Again, same steps. Hopefully you all find it pretty easy. I think the LCD model works really, really well. But that's it. Remember to complete your exit ticket for today, all right? Then for science, you are going to go ahead. We're learning about animal behavior, and I'll just show you which one. This one, all right? It is week 15 of life science called animal behavior. And you're just going to go ahead and complete this worksheet, okay? It's called the food web, and it should look like this. This page teaches you, or it's going to help you learn about what a food web is, what a producer is, and what a consumer is, all right? And then you're going to answer these questions right here, okay? Pretty simple worksheet, but it gives you an introduction to food webs and how animals interact with one another in an ecosystem, okay? This is something that you probably should have learned a little bit about in 4th grade, okay? But we're going to freshen up by completing this page. And that's it, everybody. Remember, we have our Zoom meeting today at 1:30, okay? Zoom meeting, 1:30. Complete your exit ticket, and that's it. All right, everybody, have a great day, and hopefully see you all later.